I really hope this guy is conservative, or a Republican, or a Libertarian, or even center-right, for that matter. If you're any of these, you have to leave the blue states, like Illinois and California. There is no going back. They're never going to be red. They're never going to be common sense anytime, anywhere in the near future. It's not going to happen. This happened, I want to say last week or something like that. There was a guy in Los Angeles, and he was on his, by the way, he had a concealed carry permit. However, that's null and void in this point. In this instance, he was on his own property. He got into his home. He had like a gate, and it closed. And he was walking to his front door. It was like in an alley, it looked like, but it was like a hallway, but outside. And he was going to open a door. Two chuckleheads jumped over the fence or the wall and tried to attack him. He threw hot coffee on him, pulled out his gun, and shot at him. They shot back, and that was that. And by the way, this wasn't the only time this happened. It happened, I think, weeks before. So, a Los Angeles father who pulled a gun on a masked intruder when they tried to break into his luxury home has revealed that he's been stripped of his firearm permit. Now, you're thinking, he didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't in public. He was on his own property. Private property. But the reasoning why he got it stripped is even more maddening, and even more why you should not trust the police, even more why you shouldn't even support the police, even why you should cross that blue line. That blue line is not there for you. It's for them. Not you, them. See, in a video, the NRA, Vince Ritchie, said his concealed carry license was revoked after he was attacked by two men at his $2 million home. After successfully defending my home and my family, this is his own words, and my 5-month-old child inside the home, California has now decided to suspend my Second Amendment rights. The entrepreneur who is the CEO of a photo studio told Fox News the sheriff's office called him on Thursday, yesterday, telling him it was due to him yelling at officers. Now, did he just start yelling indiscriminately at the officers? No. No, it's not. That's not it. No. And you'll see here shortly in the story. He had previously blasted the LAPD for sloppy police work, including their alleged negligence in picking up casings scattered near his home as evidence. You see, folks out there in Lazaland, the police do not care about you. There is no contractual obligation for them to even give two flying poops about you. Nothing. They're not there to help you. They're there to pick up the pieces after the crime has already been committed. And road piracy and all that. On November 4th, after Ritchie returned home from his gated LA home, two armed men jumped the fence and tried to force their way into his house. Footage of the gunfight, we've all seen it. The moment at which he was approached on one of the masked assailants about 7:30 p.m. I stated before, in a swift defense, he threw hot coffee and fired at the intruders. He obtained a concealed carry permit in California, which is, I can't imagine trying to obtain a concealed carry permit. Me personally, I've had a concealed carry permit in Virginia and Florida. Now, interestingly enough, in Virginia, even though I was an out-of-state resident, in the military, it took me 7 days to get it. I applied on a Monday, and then that Saturday in the mail, I got it. 6 days. 6 days. Gotta love Virginia back then, in like 2009-ish. And in Florida, it didn't take very long either. Fingerprints at the police department or a sheriff's department, and I think I got it in like 10 days. It wasn't very hard. So obtaining a concealed carry permit in California is more difficult than the states, and Ritchie telling Fox News Digital took him months to process it. In California, residents over the age of 18 can legally carry firearms, get this folks out in Lazaland, on private property and residences without a permit or a license. Let me say that again. On your own private property that you own yourself, you're allowed to carry a firearm, a shotgun, a pistol, a bazooka, a mortar tube, a cannon, a ship's cannon, a howitzer, whatever, you get the point. On your own private property, which, by the way, he was on his private property trying to enter his own home after he was attacked by 2 jackwagons. He goes, my situation is unique because it happened at my front door, all on camera, which it was, but this happens time and time again all over the country, and it does. People sweep it under the rug because it doesn't behoove the political agenda. The fact is, evil will always exist. Yep. Evil always exists, and everyone left of Pol Pot, Lenin, and Stalin, left of center, are evil scumbags. You cannot trust anybody who's a Democrat, a socialist, a liberal progressive, a liberal. They're your enemy. They are your enemy through and through. Richie earlier revealed that this wasn't the first time he had been targeted for criminals. His home was broken into in June, and his car was broken into the month before that. A night prior to the shootout, Richie revealed a group of criminals driving a Dodge Charger with no license plates had been allegedly targeting other homes in his neighborhood. The NRA told Fox News Digital that the organization is proud to have Vince as a fellow NRA member and called his permit being revoked reprehensible. It's not that. It's not just reprehensible. It's god-awful. The police, again, are not your friends. They're not. And you go, well, my cousin or my uncle, he's a police officer, and he's 2A plus, and he loves the Second Amendment. No. Your uncle hates you. Your uncle hates you. Your cousin hates you. Anyone who's with the police hates your guts. And they will do anything and everything to defend their own buddies to the left and right of them, and anyone in the police department and the sheriff's department, anyone in law enforcement. If it means that, if it helps them go forward and collect their retirement and their pension, they don't give 2 shits about you. Believe that. His decisive actions to protect his wife and daughter embody the core principles that the NRA members fight. I don't like the NRA, but I get what they're trying to say, and they are correct in this. So, McLaughlin said that Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles County District DA George Gascon pro-criminal policies have transformed LA and the whole state and every blue city and locale and state, for that matter, into shitholes. And that's exactly what they are. I don't know what else I can come about this. He goes on to say that he doesn't know if he struck the intruders, and he told Fox 11 at the time that if anyone else tried to harm him and family again, they're going to die for trying to come in his house. There you go, folks. I've said this again. I do not like the police. I will not support the police, but understand that they are a necessary evil. When properly used, police actually help. But it's been decades since the police actually were there to actually help anyone with a problem, instead of trying to exacerbate and raise the threat level for you tenfold. Remember that recent incident in Ohio where I think she was like, it was an 11-year-old girl, and she was forced to send like nudie pics to some creeper, and the father called the police and go, hey, can you talk to my daughter? Police go there and go, well, we could arrest her daughter because she was sending, nudie pics over, telecommunication devices. And of course the police had to backtrack and go, oh, we're sorry. I understand. The police aren't your friend. The government isn't your friend. No one's your friend except you and God and your other friends, I guess. This is insane. He didn't do anything wrong. All he did was go complain to the cops. You showed up 3 days late. You didn't search the property you didn't pick up, because they don't care. Because they know that they're not going to get these guys. And then they're like, well, what's the point of us trying to do our due diligence and investigate the crime? They don't care. Why would the police do anything outside their purview? Why would they go above and beyond to protect and serve? Right. They protect and serve their own and their pensions. They don't protect and serve you and your family. Just remember that.